I said my thanks and goodbyes and closed the game, thinking that we were using game chat for some reason. Well, as soon as I took my headphones off, I laughed out loud to myself and said, "That was fucking awful. Oh my god." I heard some murmurs from my headphones, looked down, looked at my screen, and realised I was still in the Discord voice call. In a panic, I immediately shut down my whole computer and recoiled in my seat.
Hello, my
it's
name
me.
is Nak Shinzo.
Hey,
It has been 7 years since I have left from home. My mother, she kicked me out, and my father, he wanted me to fuck off. In Russia, it is normal for a young 18-year-old man to head off out to find feet. You know, to find his career and to find where his purpose lie. So I fuck off and I find feet. And I found feet in sailing. I live in Moscow. Well, I did live in Moscow.
Sorry, in sales or sailing or sailing?
Sailing.
Like you're
you're
selling stuff or you're sailing? Like
sales.
in a boat?
Sailing, sales.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Sorry.
No, don't worry.
In a boat or you're like exchanging goods and services?
I can sell boat, yeah. I can say
Okay,
I can sell
okay,
boat.
yeah, you answered my question. Okay. Yep, carry on. What was it? Petrov?
Yeah, sure. You can call me what you want.
No, I mean okay. Sad.
Petronov.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, I find feet in sales, and I sell lots of shit, like beautiful amounts of everything you can imagine, making so much money I do not know what to do with it, you know? And what are you laughing for?
No, it's good adjective.
Yeah,
Beautiful amounts.
What is that? Beautiful amounts.
Yeah.
So nice, and I make so much money, and I build such nice house.
Okay.
And the worst...
Sorry, go
Sorry,
on.
what?
No, okay.
No,
No.
you go.
No, don't let me interrupt you. Please, go on.
Yeah, no, the worst thing happened, and that was... I lost it all.
How did you
I
lose
lost
it all?
Everything.
Sorry.
Sorry?
No, you go. How did you lose it all?
I lost so much everything. It is the worst when you feel like you have got all of it, and then now it goes from everything to now to everything once was, you know, like before. Or you laugh.
I'm sorry. No, what happened, man? How did you lose it?
Drugs, sex, rock and roll.
Oh, okay.
I got involved in music business, and I started to get ahead of myself. I found out that Russian music scene is extremely extremely toxic, full of bad people that want to take money and not give you any back. And that is why I became vigilante to kill everyone that ever hurt me.
Right. The question was about how do you believe you can increase efficiency at the company when you start?
Sorry. I
got a bit carried away.
I've always been too honest. Sorry.
Oversharing Russian.
This is just a job interview for like a Saturday job. We didn't need
job.
to.
Welcome back to What Bother. I'm Tam.
And I'm Spudnik.
This is Spudnik. We talk about what bothers us as well as what bothers you guys. We have a few questions. Email will come up on the screen here, wabpod@gmail.com. Email us in, DM us on Instagram, send us a comment on YouTube. You know, pigeon mail is good. If you have a first order Amazon package, that also works as well. If you want to direct debit me a certain amount of cash, and maybe you can like do it in like ones and zeros, so like I can sort of decipher the message decipher it into words. That would be great. Preferably starting with a 1 though, if that is the case. Sorry, did you want to say something?
No, sounds good to me.
Okay,
Although,
cool.
okay.
We have a few. Do you want to go for a few little bites here?
Let's do some Cristianos.
Do you want to do a
Cristiano
shorty?
Ronaldo's.
You want a shorty or a longy?
We'll start with a shorty.
Okay, we've got a shorty here on Instagram. Follow us
Shorty.
if you're not already.
It's your birthday.
Um,
We're going to party like it's your birthday.
Someone said under the picture of you that looking horrifically like a fly. So I just want to see if I can show that somewhere. That's Nick.
What? Like a fly?
Yeah, do you not remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Under that, someone said, when someone brings up something and then you ask them about it, and then they say they don't want to talk about it. Oh, I feel like, I mean, yeah, do you want to?
Oh, God. No, you go.
I feel like that was definitely something that was quite prevalent when we were in like school. That was a big thing, wasn't it? It was like, oh, I'm so upset. It would be like a Facebook post of like, oh God, I'm so depressed right now, but don't message me about it. It's just like, hey,
dude,
shut up.
Yeah. It's the biggest attention-seeking move. One of the biggest you can do. Like, I had a friend. This is in primary school. I noticed it from an early age. I had a friend of mine, a really close friend, who would go, I'm not feeling good. And I go, oh, everything all right? And he go, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Okay. And he goes, I just want to be alone. So then I'll be like, okay, do you want me to walk?
Just
or are you gonna go?
Match.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, I mean, I remember thinking like, you're so weird, man. If there was something wrong with you, you don't have to talk about it, but don't announce it to me. And then, he would go, I need to be by myself. Like also so like emotionally intelligent as a kid, if that's actually to know that you've want to go off
you need alone time.
Alone time, yeah. I mean, it must have been like 7 years old, and he just walked. and that was the other thing.
Really like socially intelligent 7-year-old. Like, I think you're feeling that. I think you're projecting right now. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think you are calling me a stinky head because you think I stink. I think it's because you peed your pants at lunchtime.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, what's going on right now, you're saying that you need alone time, but I think you're crying out for some attention because back home, maybe your parents aren't giving you enough. Imagine a 7-year-old diagnosing it like that. How incredible would that be?
Amazing. I'd love to see that.
But no, it was a cry for help, basically. I think he didn't actually want me to leave him.
No,
but
absolutely not. Because no 7-year-old
But I did.
wants that.
I did, because that's what a 7-year-old does. And if there's football on the playground,
carries on, like sees a football, runs off.
I see a football, I run to it, and then I look back, and he's 5 minutes later, he's playing as well. So it's just like, oh man. Anyway, going back to the question,
I think I definitely did that once or twice when I was like 7 for sure.
What, you were the victim.
Yeah. I was like, I would go and like sulk sometimes and then hope that people would come over and talk to me.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
But there's a difference. I did that when I was very, very young, and there are people that still, I think this person is talking about people that still do that into their 20s, and then it's like, hey, do something else.
What are you doing?
Get a hobby.
It's a cry for help. It's very immature. It's like, it's okay to talk about things. If you're not happy, like one of the best things to do is to talk about it. But if you announce it to someone and they say, oh, what's wrong? And you say, I don't want to talk about it. What did you announce? Like it. Yeah,
don't announce anything unless you're willing to talk about it. Unless someone actively says to you like, hey, like, are you okay? And then you're just like, oh, I'm not doing too good right now, but I'm not in the mood to talk about it. But then, don't be the first one to be like, oh, hey, not feeling good. Because you want that attention. Because, I mean, I'm not saying, obviously, if you're kind of, depressed or you're struggling with things right now, I'm not saying don't talk about it, because sometimes just that is starting the conversation. But I think we're talking about a different group of people that like are kind of just more attention seeking, and the ones that post the pictures of the hospital tag on their wrist and then just no caption and then just saying don't talk to me about it. It's like that one, honestly, when I was in school,
the only time that it's like acceptable is when you say like, hey, I don't want to talk about it. I want to tell you something. I don't want to talk about it because I'm quite upset about it, but my grandma died. I just wanted to let you know that that's why I'm a bit off.
But
Like,
that's you're telling
obviously-
me. You're at least
Yeah.
you're giving me some context in that situation.
Yeah,
I don't feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's that bad.
But like saying, yeah, literally going, oh man, I'm to feel terrible. What's wrong? Don't want to talk about it. Okay, no worries. I'm gonna go then. Oh no, please don't. Like they're desperate for the. Oh, tell me what's wrong.
Yeah,
I can't. Oh god, man. I can't remember the last time that happened to me, but it makes me so mad just thinking about it. I don't think I know many people that do that because I don't hang around with those types of people.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
you definitely like
yeah.
disassociate yourself with those kind of people when you get old enough where you're allowed to do that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't have to hang around. You don't have to see people in school. You can kind of choose who you hang around with. definitely.
Yeah.
That's why I sort of when we first answered the question, I mentioned about high school because again haven't really associated myself with people that do that anymore. But also I feel
No.
like I was quite a switched on kid, even at an early age. Like I saw people doing that, and I was like, "Oh, you're a bit of an attention seeker, aren't you? I don't really like that," you know.
For sure. But you're right though. Like, you know, there will be people who are depressed that don't want to talk about things. But I don't know if this is the case. But I feel like most of the time they wouldn't say that.
No,
they wouldn't say
wouldn't.
I'm not feeling good. They just keep quiet.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. But obviously, yeah, if it's gonna get you talking, because maybe that friend will then go, no, tell me, I want to talk about it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's my
maybe
only
then that's
fear.
the
I don't
way.
want to like scare people
Yeah.
away from talking about their issues, but at the same, but I think we're talking about specifically like attention seekers and
Yeah, we are.
them kind of just being generally quite annoying.
I'd say 9 times out of 10 they're just looking for some attention. That's all
For a
it
good
is.
Yeah.
Hey, do it in other ways. You know, maybe
Maybe
I
sigh a
don't know.
lot, you know, like
yeah.
flick your hair
nah.
back all the time. you know.
Definitely don't do that.
Take a
Don't
picture
do
in like
that.
black and white of like you like kind of a bit sad or a bit brooding, and then like sort of hashtag
Dude.
mood or hashtag Mondays or something. That's quite a good way
Dude.
of sort of starting the conversation, as I would say. Yeah.
Writing a Facebook post is like, first of all, that's something that only either parents or people who are new to Facebook do.
When was
Like,
the last
remember
time
when-
you posted to your wall? That's a good question.
I probably posted like a video, like a
Yeah.
pasted like, here's something that I've done, but I don't sort of count that as the same thing. I'm
written word
Yeah.
post.
written
Are you able to
something
see?
that you're thinking, a thought of yours. Look, let's look it up. You know what? This is going to be funny.
Let's have a look. If I can log into
I
it.
think
I don't use
the
Facebook
year.
anymore.
I think the year will be 2010.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 2012 was probably the last time that I posted.
How do we actually like? How are we gonna find out? Just scroll down until we see something.
I guess so. Well, I've scrolled down literally like 2 scrolls and I'm already on 2018, and that was again, as you said, like a video.
I mean, I don't know how.
Oh, I shared
Okay,
a bunch
I'm
of
on
your
t-
stuff. Oh, when
Oh,
you guys
cheers,
are making
bro.
sketches. I'm a fucking great guy.
I'm on 2017. Just posts about videos and stuff, but not actually any thought to the posts. Yeah, Reese. Oh no, I did do one where I was getting Reese back. I was anti-fraping Reese. So that doesn't count. That's not anything that was just off the top of my head that I had to put out into the world. I'm in 2017 still. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I haven't got anything written.
I don't think I'm going to find anything until like 2010, honestly. Anyway, yeah, 2016 now, still nothing. Prove my point. So, it's either parents...
A long time ago, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
It's either parents or...
No, you crack on.
I feel like it's actually used more in like South American countries. like we have...
Sorry, I just found my last written text post.
go on.
It was,
Go on.
It was in 2015.
Yeah.
I think I wrote this, or is this, I don't know how Facebook works anymore. I don't know if this was shared or not. And it was a conversation between me and my mum, and I said, "Describe what Tinder is." Maybe it was part of the game. And my mum says, "Well, it's man hunting software, isn't it?" And I thought that was quite funny.
That's like a tweet.
Accurate.
That's like what a tweet
Yeah.
is. That would
Although
be
I
a
never
good
quite
tweet.
moved on to Twitter.
No. Yeah, I'd say Facebook is used like quite. I'd say it's more of a thing in like South America or sort of Asian countries because we have
Yeah,
a friend. Well, no, sorry, not a friend. We had a guy who went to our uni who is so big on so big on posting on Facebook, and he's from somewhere in South America.
yeah,
And then I see all of his South American friends eating it up, like, oh, this is the best thing
love
since
it.
sliced
Absolutely
bread.
love it.
Absolutely love it, and it's so weird. Like, it's definitely a culture thing. I don't know like if you're a millennial who grew up with Facebook now, I'd say like 8 out of 10 people are not posting at all. It's all about Instagram. Even then, they're not posting, but that's where they are.
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah.
I haven't looked
Man,
into it. I'd love to know. Do you guys still use Facebook, and how old are you? I'd love to find out if anyone wants
yeah.
to comment that.
It's yeah.
That's
It's
just reminded me when you said about the South American guy, because I also saw photos and videos of just like especially at the moment in public places, just no mask as well, and that I thought was quite interesting. I was like,
what, South America?
no, that specific person that you were talking about. And
Oh, he was.
I basically I didn't know whether it was my responsibility at that point to be like, hey man, like
What are
what's
you
going
doing?
on? Like you should probably not do that. Because you can see there are
Well,
people in the video as well that are like clearly uncomfortable with it as well. Like, and it's just like,
yeah. I
not
mean,
aware.
we that guy is just a bit of a
He's fun. He's a fun guy.
yeah.
Sorry, go on.
But no, Facebook is just such a funny one. I mean, you're kind of you're kind of a lame one now if you're posting. I mean, depends on what you're posting, but if you are literally just posting, why me? Question mark. I mean, what are you?
Hey,
there were
man,
a
are
few
you
of those when I was
okay?
growing up. Yeah, like the cry for help. Oh my God, it's Monday and this has already happened to me. Help.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That crap like that, man. If I saw that now, I don't know.
When I see that stuff, I'm
don't-
like,
don't
if you are actually experiencing like an actual emergency, then you deserve
you
it.
wouldn't go on.
If that's your form of communication about really
Yeah,
reaching out to
true.
people, like move on.
Yeah. If
Too
you're
late.
posting it on Facebook as opposed to just seeking help privately, then yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
We've got another
Next
question, here. If you want to,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a longer one. If you want to put on
Yeah, let's do it.
your listening glasses. This one is called "Always Make Sure You Leave the Discord Chat." Got a name for this
Terrifying.
person? It's a girl.
Terrifying.
It sound like a threat. Always make sure
It's-
you leave the Discord chat.
It sounds like a Think advert, like, you know, for like online predators, where like, all right, bye, hun, and then she thinks she closes her tab, and then it's cuts to like some creepy guy looking in, and she's getting changed,
Yeah.
and then it's just the tag like always close the Discord, always close the video chat. That shit happens, by the way. I heard this happened recently.
There was a scene. There's a scene in Mr. Robot, which is about a hacker guy starring Rami Malek. Right, brilliant show, really, really well written. It was very fun to watch. But there's one scene in it that ruins it for me, which is basically the whole kind of like downfall / hack of the world that is performed. Right, starts off with him, basically the security firm employee is walking down the street and some guy selling fucking CDs, right? Bear in mind, this is like meant to be like 2015 or something. Selling CDs of his mixtape. Gives it to the guy that works at the security firm, and he puts it in his computer. And obviously it turns out to be like a virus, and it can see his camera and sees his like naked girlfriend and stuff, and like all of his messages and shit. And I'm just like, so your whole plot sort of hinges on this guy actually putting in his CD into his computer, which nobody uses CDs anymore anyway. Like, what are you talking about? And it's just like, oh, I don't know. Anyway, sorry, total sidetrack, but
No, that's kind of reminded me of I mean, because like putting the CD in, like as if, well, maybe I know there are people smart enough to be able to create things that do that, but that's just like such a film thing where it's like, here's the CD, puts it in, blows up the whole building. How on earth did that happen? And I was watching Now You See Me, you know, that like magician's film with like,
like the
Jesse
wizards and
Eisenberg,
stuff,
is that
yeah.
his name?
yeah.
And Dave Franco's brother.
Yeah.
or is
Dave Franco is Dave Franco. Yeah.
James always get those two fucked up.
Woody Harrelson.
Anyway, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
I like Woody Harrelson. Anyway, so it's like so many things where it's just like, because it's a TV show, well, sorry, because it's a movie, they can just cut around they can make anything look, they can make any magic trick they want. Like they could just be like, but it's not actually happening. So they'll throw a fucking card and it will blow up a car, and then it's just like magic, and it's like, no, that's not. It kind of annoyed me. It was like, you're going way too far now. Just make them actual magic tricks.
I remember seeing. I haven't seen the film.
explained.
I remember a post being like discussing the film and talking about the magicians from Now You See Me wizards because of the shit that they're doing in that film.
Yeah, exactly. It's so extreme. I'm trying to think of what one of them was. I mean, they explained it, but it was like spoiler
alert. Where it's just like, yeah, just that pseudo science where it's like they're explaining it. It's like, hey, like, no,
yeah,
not how it works.
So the detective was like, how did they get like $5 million from Paris to here in the split second? And it was like, they managed, because that's so far-fetched, right? Actually hoovering up money from a bank in Paris and it somehow teleporting over to Las Vegas where they're giving a show.
You had me at the word of fucking teleport.
As if that's like crazy enough. When they explain it, it's still like, what? Like, no, it was like, that's so
I'm more
difficult.
Confused, if anything.
Exactly. They managed to intercept a Brinks truck in Paris with money in it, somehow not get killed when trying to fucking take the van, and then I think they knocked one of the, this might be bullshit, I think they like used a card to like fucking distract one of the drivers. Like, such bullshit. Anyway,
also such a thing for the film because they're magicians, but also it's probably like way better and more reliable ways of like, you know, projectiles, and like, you know, it doesn't have to be a card. Like, that's such a movie thing. Like, could have like done like a whistle or like, I don't know, or just a gun probably would have been good as well. And it's just like, no, we're gonna do it with cards. I'm a magician.
There's a scene in that film where they have to hide this card that has a code on it that can like does something incredible, and apparently this either took 2 weeks or 2 months. I actually think it was 2 months to film, and they had a special trained card thrower magician to choreograph the whole thing, where they were being searched by, each of them had like their own guard searching, patting them down, searching, and they'd have to like drop the card through their sleeves, down, catch it, across the room. One of them would catch it on the sole of their shoes because they had sticky tape, and then like pick it up, put it in their hair,
like
and then when the guard, dude. And then
that's kind of cool,
so,
actually. Though that's so cool.
It was so unnecessary. Yeah. Honestly, I was just thinking like, put it in your mouth. Just,
put it in your mouth. Or like just hold it behind your fingers.
Just that'll do. But you didn't need to spend 2 months. Oh, hold on.
What's happened?
Hold on. Camera alert.
Okay.
The faces I pull.
I love it. Right, we're back after a brief little interruption there.
My camera had full juice, but for some reason died. So there you go. Right,
it probably didn't have full juice if it died, then, did it? But we'll fucking.
It did have full juice.
We'll talk about it after. Don't let it get into your head. It had full juice.
It was charging.
Don't let it get into your head.
It was fully charged.
Keep
you know what it is?
And we'll talk about it after.
You know what it is? It's non-Panasonic batteries. It's the third-party batteries.
Oh, that's what you get, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well, we both have them. All right. Don't single me out like I'm some loser who only buys third-party things.
Pay a bit extra, and you can get your batteries working properly. So.
Fuck off. Same thing.
Yeah. Is that what
Same thing.
we're on that shoot with that high-profile director, and then that happened? Yeah. Is that what you're gonna say? Same thing.
Yeah, and I told him to fucking do one.
Yeah.
When he was having a go at me,
we got kicked off the set. We didn't get paid, man.
Yeah, but it made for a great story.
Did you really sent him a message?
And that's what I live for.
All right. Anyway, we've got this question from. Do you want to give this person's names?
Benny.
Okay, it's a girl. Benny the girl says, "Hey guys, I have a bit of bother surrounding an unlucky incident. I was invited by a friend to try out for an Overwatch all-female league team, with the tryouts for positions happening across a few matches. Do you know what Overwatch is?
It's a game.
Yeah, what kind of game?
That's all I know.
It's not a test. I'm not like being like an arsehole or anything. I just wanted to know.
I know. I wouldn't. I
Okay,
wouldn't
so
care.
Overwatch is a 6v6 ability team-based shooter, if that means anything to you.
Cool.
Right? So imagine that's kind of like
first
COD,
person?
I guess. Probably, yeah, first person. It's like COD, but
Cool.
a bit more cartoony.
So for normal people, it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, but with
a bit
like
more cartoony.
more kind of, a bit more cartoony. More like kind of sexy girls and sexy guys, more so.
Shooting guns.
Yeah, shooting guns, yeah.
Cool, let's go.
Cool. Do you know what Discord is?
We're using it right now.
Yeah, we are.
It's Zoom, for those who don't know. It's Zoom, but slightly better.
If you know what Zoom is, it's basically like a media cam communication program.
Yeah. You can talk. It's like Zoom. It's like House Party or whatever that thing is. It's like
I don't know. I feel
FaceTime.
like if you don't know what Zoom is, you probably don't know what House Party is. But that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go on. Anyway,
what's that? What's where I am now? I was lucky enough to be added into the Discord to begin the tryouts with players who had already been picked for the team, with the coaches monitoring the matches and picking out best candidates. Well, it's quite official, I'd say. Of course, I was excited and nervous, as these were all high-level fellow female gamers who seemed to be good at the game, and I was looking forward to potentially being part of the team. However, this slowly changed as the games progressed when I realised the team was absolutely fucking awful. I was trying to stay cool and directive on my team, giving call-outs, making strategies, but it was like being in a flock of blind sheep. It was so bad, it was almost laughable when we lost pretty much every game we played. I was stunned that they thought they would actually play in league tournaments. Anyway, we did a few of the matches and I decided to call it quits and make an excuse I had to leave. And so I said my thanks and goodbyes and closed the game, thinking that we were using game chat for some reason. Well, as soon as I took my headphones off, I laughed out loud to myself and said, "That was fucking awful. Oh my God." I heard some murmurs from my headphones, looked down, looked at my screen, and realised I was still in the Discord voice call. In a panic, I immediately shut down my whole computer and recoiled in my seat. I tried to get on with my day and forget about the embarrassment, but a few hours later, I got a long passive-aggressive Discord message from one of the coaches who went into detail about how I was not forced to play with them anymore and exclaimed, "I understand they may need some work, but we do not encourage negativity like that." Needless to say, I was definitely not invited back to play with them, which I'm totally fine about. But my friend is pretty upset with me and feels a little embarrassed as she still wants to be part of the team, but feels awkward around them now. Was I actually a complete arsehole, and what should I tell my friend? Thanks, Benny.
So
awkward.
Rookie
I feel
error,
like how many?
may I say?
I'd love to see a graph of like how many kind of have forgot to mute myself issues have happened since lockdown. You know, everyone's moved on to like online.
I am
skyrocketed.
I am so cautious. So cautious with that stuff. I mean, with friends, it doesn't matter. There's nothing I could really say in front of you guys that I would care about. But if it's like, but even then, like I make sure I know when things are off or whatever.
Yeah.
But like with calls, if it was ever a work call, no chance in hell would I ever fuck up like that. Like, I just wouldn't. I really can't. I can't. But that is hilarious. I knew what was coming. I knew it was coming.
So I felt so much secondhand embarrassment reading that.
Yes, that's so true. So did I. But also, what a story! Like the best way to look at it is like that's a great funny story that you can now tell people.
That's a hilarious
and also,
story.
there's not really much you can do. Like, here's the thing. What did she ask? Was I an arsehole for doing that or something? Was that
that was part of the question. It was like basically, am I the arsehole? And what should I tell my friend?
You're not an arsehole because you didn't mean for that to happen. Like the intention was for them not to hear that, but that happens all the time in life. They don't know. Let's
imagine. Doesn't think it was an accident.
Let's say they don't.
Someone just came off the call and just called.
Fucking awful. Well, hopefully they'd done. I think maybe they would think that it was by accident. But for your sake, like that happens all the time. Just remember when people come off of video chats when they've been so polite, so professional, as soon as that call is ended, they are saying some awful things. You were just being yourself. That happens all the time. Whether people leave their chat on is a different thing, but I think no, you're not an arsehole. You were just being yourself, and that's the most respectful thing, is to be yourself.
So
right?
true.
Although
what you should have done is
might have offended someone.
Not like taken. You should have just said it whilst in the call at the end. You should have just been like, well, "That was fucking awful, guys." You know, own it, respect it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be if that was clearly very bad, like, and the team's performance was so bad, like came last, no one did that well. Yeah, I'd be like, that was fucking dog shit, guys, and me included. You know what I mean? You include yourself, and then so what? Like, I don't. It would be interesting if she could let us know. Sorry, did she say? I can't remember that they, apart from her friend, did she know any of them?
No, I think it was all randoms apart from her friend by the looks of it.
Oh, fucking don't even think twice about it. Like, you're done with that. That's nothing.
Well, I think the issue is that her friend still wants to play with the team, and it's a bit awkward now.
Encourage your friend to not encourage that friend to get out of there because they're dog shit.
Yeah,
like, you find another one. I don't know how easy that is to find another one.
Yeah,
but
maybe not so much in the all-female department, but I think
right.
But yeah, no, definitely. I mean, they sound bad anyway, so it doesn't sound like your friend was missing much, but. Maybe maybe the friend just enjoyed playing as a team, regardless of how good they were. Whereas obviously for this person, Benny, they didn't feel that way.
Okay, maybe as because you want to, you don't want to disappoint your friend. Maybe try and find some new groups that you can play with.
Yeah,
and then cool, sync that, cool, move on. F those other people.
Yeah, they sound terrible anyway.
There's dog shit, and also like calling you out, like saying that we don't want negative.
Yeah,
like, oh, fuck off.
The coach sounds a bit like a prick, to be honest. Sounds a bit pretentious.
The coach sounds like a
like I was trying out for your team. You're not my coach. I have no responsibility to you. Don't reach out and mess me after as if like I was kind of gagging for it. You know, like you don't need to do that.
No, not at all. And also, it was very clear that response to me screams that the coach was very aware how shit they are, and was offended because she fully understood how crap they are. I think,
like, if you were the coach that heard that, though, I would feel so awkward to then reach out to the person after and be like, actually, we don't really appreciate it. Yeah. Like, I would have just not said anything. I would have been like, okay, cool.
I'd be like, they're done. I'm not talking. They don't have to play. But no, that just shows you the type that literally they don't deserve a response. Just move on. They sound like fucking weirdos. So I would honestly, bigger fish to fry.
Alpha
is that
male,
saying?
Extroverted, Nicholas Mel.
Yeah. That's it, baby. Move on. You got better things to do in life, baby. You know.
Love that. I think that's good advice. What should you tell your friend? I think maybe encourage them to find a new team anyway. If not, maybe just like if they didn't want to play with them, just be like, oh, just pretend like we're not that close, and actually you know, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, you just be like, oh yeah, that she's a bitch or whatever, and just like, you know, go play with them and.
Okay. Whatever, yeah. I don't care if you badmouth me or whatever. I doubt they would be doing that.
They spend like the whole 3-hour session being like bitching about her fucking.
What kind of an idiot doesn't realise that their Discord is still on? Like, oh well, oh my god, they don't know who you really are. It's true. Maybe tell your friends to just like, that's a good piece of advice. She doesn't need to pretend like she doesn't need to act like she knows you. Whatever. There you go. Cool.
Well,
nice, man.
Sorry, there was something else. There's something else I was going to say on it, but I can't remember what I was going to say. So we'll fucking end it there, I guess.
Okay.
Why did you say you wanted to say something but you couldn't remember what you were going to say? Why not just not say anything at all? Who knows?
Bother. One of the biggest bothers in life.
100%.
It's the same. It's related to going downstairs for something, forgetting what it was, going back upstairs. As soon as you sit down, you remember what it was, or forgetting those things. That is the same sort of thing. Like, it makes me so fucking mad when you're having a conversation with someone and, I've got a really good thing to say. Cool. Oh, fuck, what was it?
Yeah,
and then
brains, you just sort it out. Like, it makes you laugh when people think that we're so advanced and we can't remember things in our brains from 3 seconds earlier.
it's so annoying. But I guess it's got a lot to do with like if you're actually genuinely listening, having a conversation, having dialogue where you actually want to know what that person's saying without, you know how some people just talk at you and they'll have points to say, you'll say your thing, and then they've got this thing that they want to say without actually having really bounced any ideas from what you've just said. It's just like, I guess that's why. Because you're listening to what they're saying, you forget what you want to say because they've just said something that's made you think of something else. Anyway.
Yeah, so basically, so like, I mean, Overwatch is just like really fun. Like, if you should just try it, like, it's great. Just on that topic. What did you say?
Huh? Nothing, man. No,
anyway,
cool.
It's been What Bother. Play the outro music. Nick on the keys. Tam on the mic. We're going to sing you a little love song as we end today. Email in the description or DM us or write in the comments, whatever it is. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
We really enjoy going through your questions and bothers. So please send us in more.
We want a lot more. Even if it's just one thing that's quite tame, we're gonna really amp it up a bit, aren't we?
Maybe we should do like a lightning round or something one week.
Yeah.
Just get through.
Tell your
like
friends.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, fucking hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows,
exactly.
we need it, baby.
Exactly. If you want to get anything off your chest, anything, and you want to be anonymous, neighbor next door or someone that you think might listen to the podcast, and you just want to like passive aggressively get a message across, do it. Send us some stuff in.
Do it, baby.
Okay,
cool. Thanks very much. Play us out, Mark.
Cheers, Tama. See you in a bit.